How you doing? This is Michael Savoy from Online Video Workshop, and I just wanted to give you my honest review of Video Motion Pro. And well, you may find that Video Motion Pro may frustrate you. I know it's frustrated me. I bought Video Motion Pro yesterday, within minutes of the launch. I was so excited that I forgot to use the coupon code they've given us on the webinar to get $5 off the price of the program. I used it on the upsell though, and I ended up adding a bunch of animations that I can use with the software. But now that I've had a bit of time to play with the software, I'm not as excited about it as I was yesterday. The problem with the software, the problem with software that does so much is the fact that the group of beta testers is usually small because they plan on selling the software to a lot of people, so they choose a lot of JV partners to do their beta tests. So they can't run into very many problems unless they have super users testing them out. And I consider myself a super user when it comes to video software because I can break the best of the best. Usually I'm given a copy of video software a month or so away from the launch date so that I can alert the developers to problems that usually prop up when I break it. So if you want to get the software now before the price increase, you should probably get it at onlinevideoworkshop.com/Video Motion Pro. And while I was recording the video for this blog, and I had done 2 or 3 takes because I wanted to show you how Video Motion Pro works. The webcam feature works great because this is what I'm using right now is the webcam part. And I was able to record a few videos of myself without any trouble. The trouble began when I attempted to record screen captures of the dashboard. I found that while VMP is recording the screen, it keeps a bar open so that you can pause or stop it. And while that bar is open, you can't do anything else in Video Motion Pro. So I decided to record my working in VMP with Easy Video Suite's video capture feature. And it was working great, but once I created more than 3 tracks in VMP, I wasn't able to move them around on the timeline or place them in front or behind each other, and I thought it was because I was using EVS to record. So I canceled the recording, only to find that it was a problem with VMP and not EVS. So that kind of messed up my screen capture that I had done for you. So what ends up happening is when you have 3 tracks at the same time, everything's okay. And by tracks, what I mean is each video element that you use is on a separate track. You can't combine video elements on the same track. So if you have, like this screen capture video, that's going to take up 1 track, or this webcam video. Now, if I add a text, where I have a link to Video Maker or Video Motion Pro, then that's taking up at least 1 of those tracks. And another thing that I had an issue with was the text is limited. You can't adjust the size of the text, so you end up, if you make, like if I wanted to do a URL, I have to do it in 2 pieces. So that's 2 tracks that I'm using up. So then when I try to add that 4th track, say an animation, like one of those lower thirds that are really cool in this program, because it really is very powerful to be able to do lower thirds like that. But when you have the lower thirds being that 4th track, now you can't move it around on the timeline. You can't move it forward, backwards, put it behind something else. In fact, everything comes in on the back instead of in the front for some reason. And that's one of the things that I don't like about this software is as soon as you add a track, it doesn't let you just drag and drop it anywhere in the timeline. It puts it behind everything else. And then you have to move it forward, which That to me, that's not enough control. I like to be in control. That's one of the things I loved with Sony Vegas and Adobe Premiere Pro was you have a lot of control. The problem is also a huge learning curve when you're doing that. So you got to balance it out, decide what, if you want the control or ease of use. And that control is lacking in Video Motion Pro, because you can drag elements around on the timeline, but you can't tell it to the second where to start and stop. That's one of the things that I really think that should be added, is when you take hold of any object, you should have the ability then to either click a button or right click your mouse or something in order to get a screen where you can put it to the second or to the millisecond if you need to when something comes up. Because we're video marketing professionals. If you become an advertising agency, you are going to be a video marketing professional. You don't want your videos to look half-assed. So that's why you've got to have your videos looking crisp, and you lose crispness when you can't put things in the exact spot that you want it. I also don't like the fact that you can't edit an element after you've created it. So you say you create a really nice text thing of your name, or maybe the name of somebody that's in one of your videos, and then after you've saved it to a track, you look at it and say, "Oh man, I misspelled it." So now you have to delete it and create a new one. To me, I should be able to double click that and make changes to it, change the text or whatever. So that's another thing that, what happens is it gets saved as a PNG. I was looking at that, and that's a good thing. But heck, you might as well just go and open it up in Photoshop and make changes to it then, if that's the case. And I'd have more control over my text in Photoshop than I would doing it this way. So again, I'm used to more powerful tools. So in reality, if you want to buy this software, and I'm not going to tell you not to buy it, but I will tell you it's going to frustrate you if you try to do too much with it or try to get too complicated with it. So there may be some things, and again, as a bonus, if you buy it from me, I will help you try to figure things out. Maybe if there's an easier way of doing things, I'll help you with that. But I think maybe it could be my OCD that's the issue. I could be too critical of the software because I'm used to working with the stuff that I had to spend time learning how to use. Okay? And I have power over my video creation, and I can do it in Premiere Pro if I want to. And I was that way about Camtasia too, because Camtasia, while it was a great screen capture program, I hated the interface and how to work with it, and you couldn't add more than so many video tracks to have them blend from one to the other. It was not as useful as what I'm doing with these kind of programs. But again, it's also 1/10 the price. So at that price, maybe I'm just trying to overcomplicate it because I'm trying to be a super user when this is just for your normal user. But you should definitely check it out. See if it'll do what you want it to do. If it does, go ahead and buy it. I recommend getting the one where you can use it on more than one computer, because if your computer goes down, like right now, I'm in the bedroom. I have an office in my bedroom, but I also have an office in my office. And I'm having the floors redone, so I had to take my computer out. Well, So I can't use that computer right now unless I go and set it up somewhere else. And I don't want to have it in my bedroom because I usually keep my computer running all the time. And anyway, you don't care about that. The main thing is having that extra license to be able to use it on more than one computer is very useful, because you can't always be in the office, but sometimes you come up with an idea, you want to do a quick screen capture video like this, and you get it done. So if you go to onlinevideoworkshop.com/VideoMotion you can see all the features, what's available, what it'll do, and I recommend you go ahead and get it. I mean, the worst case scenario, you've got a great screen capture and webcam program that you can use. It's less expensive than Easy Video Suite, less expensive than Camtasia, and it will do a lot more than either of those programs, because the video editor in Easy Video Suite is not what I thought it was. It has no accuracy at all. You're lucky. Sometimes you want to cut something, you could end up cutting off the first few seconds of the part that you wanted to keep. I had that problem. With this one, it's a little more accurate. You can see at least to the second where it is. It's harder to do milliseconds unless they've got a good zoom feature that I have not seen yet. But we can, and I have a feeling that they're planning on adding a lot of stuff to it, and getting it now while the price is still low is the best time to do it, because they're going to keep on giving you the updates for free. So anyway, I've gone on too long. Leave me some comments if you think that I'm being overly critical or whatever. But thank you again for watching, and let me know what you think of VideoMotion Pro. Have yourself a great day, and you can always see us, Yvonne or myself, on onlinevideoworkshop.com.